Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Coffee here. And today I figured we can do a coloring chat. I wanted to do some adult coloring, so I decided maybe you guys would mind sitting with me and getting some work done while I work on this. We're not going to be here for a long time. We're going to be here for a good time. So I hope you have your projects out. So today I'm working in my, sorry, I used my bookmark. My Raw Sushi Color My Crown book that I got as a gift for Christmas from Raw Sushi. So huge thank you going out to Raw Sushi. I, of course, will link all the products that you're seeing in this video in the description box. So I'm using my Color My Crown coloring book. I'm using my Ohuhu 320 marker set. I will list the Ohuhu website just because not everybody wants 320 markers. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and work on this. And I'm not sure if she's still doing this promotion, but with the purchase of this book, until supplies lasted, you got this really cool chrome gold pen. Like this waterproof liquid chrome pen. It is gold. And you use it for like different little things in your pictures. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use it in this one, but it's there if I want it. So let's go ahead and get started. How is your week so far? Hopefully your week is going well. It's been a pretty good week here at the coffee house. Just kind of getting organized. Now, I'm really hoping that this level of productivity that I've had over the last week stays with me throughout the year. Even if it doesn't stay with me every day throughout the year, if it could just stay long enough for me to get some of the stuff that I've been dying to get done, that would be wonderful. So also, Maggie painted my nails, and so I promised her I would do a video with my nails because she painted them and she's getting really good at it. So I was like, yes, mommy will do a video with the nails. So if you're wondering what happened to my nails, that's what happened. Maggie did my nails. We had like a little spa day yesterday because she helped me clean my craft room. So one of the biggest things that I wanted to do this year was to declutter my craft room. Now, I've been in this place that I'm in now for the last, it'll be 3 years this year we've lived here. And in that 3 years, I've accumulated a lot of stuff, even from before when I first started YouTube. At my first apartment, I accumulated a lot of stuff. I didn't bring all of it over with me, but I essentially started, like, creating a new amount of stuff that I gathered since we've lived here. And so I wanted to like essentially get rid of some of the older stuff and make room for some of the newer stuff and get a little bit more organized. So like if you saw my unboxing from Carissa's Crafty Corner over on Facebook, you would have saw that I got some organizational things for like my pens and my baggies. And so like I'm super excited that I'm actually able to use them now, like in their like correct way. It is not just like they're sitting over there beside my chair anymore, waiting for me to find a spot for them. Now they actually have a designated spot. And if you've ever seen like me show my face or anything, in the background is a bunch of shelves that sit behind me. And one of the shelves has a bunch of diamond painting supplies on it. And they're supplies that I've had since I very first started. And Mr. Coffee and I were talking one day, and he was saying about how he thinks that I would mentally feel a little bit better if I decluttered my craft room, because he knows how much I like to clean and how having a clean spot obviously is going to make me a lot happier. So I didn't think about it like that. I've been in just such a phase of just when I get something, just kind of putting it wherever and then like essentially just finding a spot for it. So the fact that like he said that, I was like, you know what, we're gonna try it. So I went ahead and started cleaning up my craft room, and I started off with just some basics like picking up a lot of the like trash that's randomly around, because like the dogs like to lay back here, the kids like to come back here and play. And so like picking up some of their stuff that necessarily doesn't need to be back here, or like if the dogs have torn up anything, getting rid of all that. And it started off really, really good. Like I got it like straightened up for the most part, and especially since for Christmas, I got a new screen for like whenever I do my Twitch stuff. I got a new screen, and I didn't really have room for it because it was so cluttered over there. And now I actually have room for it. So like, I'm super excited about that. And it's just been a productive week, and I'm super proud of myself because not only did I like declutter a little bit of my craft room, I also like super deep cleaned the house, and that made me feel really good. And I forgot how good it feels to be in a very clean space. Not like the house was super messy or anything, but I haven't been cleaning to like my normal standards because of just being so busy overall. And I got like a little bit of energy in me, and I have to say it feels really, really good to be able to have that energy to be able to do things. And I think part of that is because I decided I don't drink alcohol, right? I don't drink alcohol. I'm crazy enough. I don't need alcohol. I decided instead of like, I'm going to do a dry January, but it's not going to be from alcohol. It's going to be from soda. Now, I don't drink a lot of soda typically. I drink like 1 soda a day. So like, it's not like, don't think I'm out here just drinking soda. It's not a thing. But no, I drink like 1 soda a day. I have a soda with dinner, and I decided that I want to essentially take away that soda. I need to start drinking more water. I'm getting older. And with that comes, like, you know, your health that you need to watch out for and everything else. And I'm trying to do better at taking care of myself, not just physically, but mentally as well. And one of those things that I need to do that I neglect all the time is my physical health. Now, physically, I'm healthy. Though I've been through a lot in the last 4 years between the stroke, the 2 surgeries, like the gallbladder surgery and the hysterectomy, and getting hit by the car. It sounds bad, right? It sounds bad. But right now, I'm healthy. I'm healthy for like my size and height and everything else. I'm doing pretty good. But I think I could do better. And so I want to try to do better. And so, like, I want to be around for my kids for a nice long time. Like, who's going to aggravate my kids more than me? Nobody. So, like, I want to be around for my kids for a very long time. And because of this, I want to practice better habits to kind of get them into the habit of that. Now, my kids are healthy as well. Maggie's a little too healthy. We need to, you know, fatten her up a little bit. But for the most part, like, we're all pretty healthy. And so I just want to have, like, good habits. I want to feel good about, like, the things that I put inside of myself, like the foods I eat and stuff like that. So, like, I really want to start taking better care of myself. So I've started that by eliminating soda. And this is a step process. This isn't just delete everything out of my life and have me severely depressed because I'm hungry. No. Just watching what I eat a little bit more. Being more conscientious of the things that I am ingesting so that I'm not just eating because I'm bored, because how many of us are bored eaters? Good God. So, like, doing that, and kind of being a little bit more present for the kids. Not that I'm not usually present for the kids, but I want them to, like, I want to be able to do more stuff with, like, the kids. Maggie is getting older and is requiring a little bit more attention than usual, which is really weird, because I figured as the older that kids got, they don't want that much attention from their parents. Like Orion has fully embraced the teenager life. He hibernates in his room most of the time, and we see him when it's time for his feedings. And I say his feedings because he's like a wild animal. Like, he comes out, he'll make a few noises, he'll eat, he'll drink something, and then he'll go back upstairs. I don't allow food upstairs in my house. Like, no. So, like, he'll come down, and he's asked for a mini fridge for his room, and I'm like, no, because then we'll never see you again. And so, like, I know he's going through this phase of, like, you know, being a teenager and all that. So, like, giving him grace to have his space. And it's nice because he does have his space in his own room. He has, minus food, he has everything that he could possibly want up there. Maggie's is the same. She has everything she could possibly want upstairs in her room. Like, she has her own TV and stuff like that. But Maggie is very much I want to do stuff with you, not by myself type kid. Now, I was able to teach my other 2 kids to be very independent. But Maggie, for some reason, does not like doing things by herself. And I've noticed that she's a lot happier, not only in school and, you know, with her friends and whatnot. She's a lot happier of a kid when she's doing stuff with someone, when she's helping someone else do stuff, which is great. Except for like when I have to record videos or edit videos or, you know, do my streaming stuff. She wants to help out. She wants to be present. And I feel like I've made myself to the point where I've stretched myself so thin that I'm not able to be as present with her as I would like. And so, like, I want to start being a little bit more present with her. So, like yesterday, she helped me clean my craft room, and then she asked could we paint our nails, because we found some nail polish that I had purchased that I lost. You ever buy something and then immediately lose it, and you have no clue where it got off to, and then months later you find it, and you're like, oh, there it is. That's what happened. So, I bought this nail polish for her about a month ago. We got it home. We unpacked the bags. We couldn't find it. Here, it was apparently in my craft room at some point. And so she decided after we were done doing the cleanup of the craft room, could we paint nails? And I was like, yeah, you can paint nails. And she was like, can I paint your nails? And I was like, okay. So I decided to take off my press-ons and let her paint my nails. And she was so excited. And she was so well-behaved last night. And I was like, wait. You mean to tell me if I just spend a little bit more time with you, like you'll actually behave? wait a minute. So that's what I've been trying to do lately, is spending a little bit more time with her. Not so much like, oh, well, do you want to do something that mommy's doing? It's more so like, she'll help me cook dinner. She'll help me straighten up things in the house. She likes to organize things. She doesn't like cleaning her room, but she does like to organize things. So the fact that she actually sat down here yesterday and helped me de-kit like 15 kits, I was super shocked. So I was just like, you know, anytime you want to help mommy, like, you know, get more organized in her craft room, feel free to do so. Because this craft room is a hot mess. And we're going to do the earring in the gold for this picture because she doesn't have a crown necessarily on her head. So we're going to do the earring in gold. And then we're going to do like a red lip. So yeah, so I've been spending a lot more time like doing things with Maggie, and she's like really into she's really into arts and crafts and stuff. So like she likes to make these like little paper dragon things. And so, like, we've been making paper dragons and just doing, like, other little artsy and crafty things. There's been a lot of coloring, and which, you know, is another reason why I felt like coloring today. So, like, just being more present with my kids and realizing that they're not going to be babies forever. Like, Minna graduating high school this year is really hitting home now. It's starting to really, like, affect, like, my moods, because I'm happy that my daughter has gotten to the point where she's graduating high school, but I'm also very sad that my daughter has gotten to the point where she's graduating high school, because it means, you know, she's no longer a baby anymore. She's no longer like this little kid. She's turning into a beautiful young lady, and I'm super proud of who she's turning into. It's just scary to watch it happen. I am afraid to watch this happen, because I never thought that I would get to this point where my kids are, like, getting older. Like, you don't think about it when you're a first-time parent. And Minna, being the first child, didn't really think about, like, oh, one day you're going to be going to this child's graduation. So it's really hitting me now that, you know, oh, well, Minna's graduating soon, and she's going to be going off to college. She wants to be a teacher, which is something that she's wanted to be since she was little. So she has already applied to college. She's just waiting to hear back and trying to figure out which college she's going to go to. And I'm excited for her. I'm excited for this new journey that she's, you know, getting into. It's a little scary for mommy, okay? It's a little scary for mommy, and she knows that mommy's like how I am. She knows how I am. So she's like, you know, it'll be okay. It's not like you'll never hear from me or see me again. And so, like, it's comforting to know that she's happy with life and things are working out like she wants them to. And if you know me and my characters, I always do purple hair, so this should not be a shock to you. I don't know what it is about purple hair. I just really like purple hair. I've never had purple hair though. I thought about it, but I have never had purple hair. So yeah, so I've been, you know, spending more time with Maggie. We've been also spending more time with Orion, but not as much time because Orion, like I said, Orion is a hermit. He stays in his room for the most part. He comes out to eat dinner with everybody, and then he goes right back up to his room. And I think I might have found out why he likes being up in his room so much all of a sudden. Now, typically, if he hears us down here having fun, he will come down and be like, hey, what are y'all doing? Let me get in on this. But lately, he's been like up in his room. Like we had to call him down for New Year's because he was up in his room giggling on his phone. And I say giggling because he was literally giggling. And I'm like, who are you talking to that you're giggling like that? And he's like, nobody. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, he's gotten to that point now where he wants privacy and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, you're not doing drugs or anything, are you? And he's like, Mom, sorry, had to ask. That's my job as a parent. Comes to find out, Orion has a little crush. So Orion has his first crush on a little girl at school. And he looks at me the other day and he's like, Mom, so how does this Valentine's Day stuff work? And I'm like, wait, what? He asked just like that. He's like, how does this Valentine's Day stuff work? Like, he's such a monotone child. And so when he said it, I was like taken aback because I was like, wait, what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? How does it work? You find somebody you like, you send them a gift that tells them how much they mean to you, and you call it a day. And he's like, oh, where do I get these gifts? I'm like, yep, you buy them usually, or you can make them depending on like what the person is possibly after or what you want to, you know, use to show that you care about this person. And he's like, what if it's a girl? Well, what if it's a guy? Like, what does girl have to do with anything? He's like, there's a girl at school. And I was like, I'm pretty sure there's lots of girls at your school. I just wanted him to open up and say it. And so like I was beating around the bush or he was beating around the bush and I'm trying to get him to just come out and be like, hey, there's this girl at school that I really, really like. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, so there's girls at school. I am aware of that when I enrolled you in this school. I didn't think that would be an issue. And he's like, Mom, sorry. And he's like, I like her. She's pretty. And I was like, oh, well, that's sweet of you. What does that have to do with me? And he's like, I want to make her something. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what do you want to make her? And he's like, well, technically, I want you to make her something. Oh, of course you do. Of course you do. I've tried teaching Orion how to craft and do stuff, right? I tried teaching Orion to do a lot of things like sign language because I would like to go, when we go down south, probably next summer, when we go down south, I would like for him to be able to communicate with my uncle. My uncle is deaf, so I know ASL. And I don't remember a whole lot of it because it's been a hot minute since I used it. So I'm pretty sure as soon as I start using it again, I'll be good. But I was trying to teach them how to do the alphabet because, of course, one of the first things you want to learn is the alphabet because if you can't say the words, you could at least spell it. So, like, I'm trying to teach him how to do the alphabet, and we get to I don't remember what letter it is. I think it's Q or P. And he kept making the sign for butthole, and then when I was like, please stop making that sign, and don't ever make that sign around someone who's deaf, and he goes, is that a curse word? And I'm like, no, it means butthole. Well, you don't tell a teenage boy that the sign that he magically just found means butthole, because now he just walks around making the butthole symbol, and he's like, it's like a bat symbol for buttholes. That's wonderful. We love that for you. So yeah, so I was like, okay, so that's something else that I'm not going to be able to teach you correctly because now you're just fascinated with buttholes. What's up with boys and buttholes? Anyways, so yeah, so he is currently talking to a little girl. Now, I already told him, made him aware. Look, listen, I love you. Mommy supports anybody that you would like to be with. You're too young for a girlfriend. And he understands that, and he's like, I don't really want a girlfriend. I just think she's pretty and she's nice. And I was like, okay, just know you're too young for a girlfriend. And that's not like super duper helicopter mama mode. That's literally he's too young. He's 12. Like, he's 12. It might be cute to some parents to be like, oh, you're 6 and you have a little boyfriend. No, that's weird, okay? To me, that's weird. No, stop it. So I was just like, yeah, just no. Like, he's like, what about when I turn 13? You're still a little young. Like, you can talk to her. You can court her, if you will. He goes, court her? What is that, like one of those old people things? Wow, rude. Rude? No, it's not an old people thing. It's essentially, it's like dating. It's getting to know the person and making sure this is someone that you would like to give that title to, because you don't just be out here and the first person that gives you attention, you're like, hey, now we're dating. That's weird. Also weird. Don't do that. And he's just like, oh. So trying to teach my almost 13-year-old the life lessons of dating, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't mind that he likes a girl. Like, that's not the issue. The issue is just mommy is not ready for her babies to grow up and do, like, kid things. I'm not ready for it. Maggie falls in love every week, so I'm just kind of used to it with her. Like, Maggie's going to be my hopeless romantic, but Orion typically is very much a to himself type person. He's not very, like, hey, you know, I want to date this girl or something. So, like, trying to, like, show him the ways and explain to him, like, what it's like to date someone and, like, how you want to act around this person. And no, hitting is not allowed. We are not going to condone violence as a form of endearment. If y'all remember back in the day, anytime a little boy was picking on you, your parents would tell you, oh, well, maybe he likes you. Oh, yeah, because abuse is also very, very something that we're not going to be teaching our children. We're breaking that generational curse. So, yeah, like, I was like, if you like her, you can just tell her you like her. Express your feelings. Use your words. And he's like, what if she says she doesn't like me? Well, then you just go, that's okay. I appreciate it. I just wanted to express my feelings. I want the kids to be able to express to people how they feel and not just their dad and I. Like, I want them to be able to use those emotions to kind of get them through whatever they're going through. So trying to teach him, like, you know, you can tell her if she says she's not interested, that doesn't mean that you're entitled to her. She's not a piece of property. If she says no, leave her alone. You can be friends with her. Not predatory friends, like, you know, you're waiting for her to decide that you're good enough to date or anything like that, but, like, you can just be friends with her and, you know, that be enough for you. And so Mr. Coffee comes home that night and he's like, you know, how's it going? How was your day? And I was like, your son likes a girl. He about spit out his monster. He's like, wait, what? Are we at that stage? And I'm like, I think so. And he's like, what do we do? I don't know. Look, parenting doesn't come with a handbook, and so we're both sitting here like, it's too early for, like, everything. And I'm like, it feels early, but he seems to think that it's just the perfect time. So I'm like, he's getting to that age where he's starting to look at things differently and things are happening with him. And I'm like, never thought I'd be talking about this one day on the channel. So now we're preparing for Valentine's Day, and he wants me to, like, draw or crochet something for his little friend. And I'm like, that might be something that I can do. Yes. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes and what exactly it is that he wants out of this, because I'm not sure exactly what he wants me to do. So I'm just kind of, I just work here, dude. Like, I just work here. I'm like, I got some markers back here if you want to draw a picture or something. He wants to draw, like, a Roblox character, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about Roblox. I don't know nothing about Roblox. That's on you, buddy. I don't do that. So yeah, so it's been an interesting adventure here in the coffee house. But so far, like I said, it's been a pretty good week. Being super productive, getting stuff cleaned up and straightened up. I will be doing the mystery boxes. That will start next week. So if you're looking for that keyword, it'll be in one of next week's videos. Which video? I don't know. You'll just have to find it. Because again, I'm very vague when it comes to that. So, but I did get out like a few trays that I felt were noteworthy to like de-stash. So some of them from Creations de Clos, some of them from Mooney Made, some of them from Squippy Dog 3D Designs. I'm not even sure if they're still a company or not over on Etsy. Yeah, just a bunch of random kits from all over. So I'm excited to essentially get them out of the house and not have to worry about like storing them places and stuff anymore. Like giving them a good home where I know they'll get good use. And maybe someone who can't afford to buy all the fancy tools and stuff will be able to give it a good home and enjoy it as much as I did it while I had it. So I'm just really enjoying right now. I feel like with the new year, I want to turn a different leaf on how I not only do things, but how I approach things and just overall how I react to things. And I'm not off to the best start, but it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. So we're going to see how the rest of the year goes. But I'm not going to be like, oh, new year, new me. Nope, same person. Just going to try to spice it up a little bit. So, yeah. But other than that, there's really not a whole lot going on here at the coffee house. It's just baffling because, you know, the kids are growing and stuff. And the kids are doing more and more kid things, and I'm just, I don't know how to prepare for this. I'm like, what do I do when my son comes up to me telling me he likes a girl, and I'm just like, hit her with your car. Like, he's like, wait, what? Nothing. Don't worry about it. You don't even have a car. And he's like, wait, what? Nothing. Again, don't worry about it. Mommy was very awkward when she dated, so like I'm probably not the best person to come to. And then I tell Mr. Coffee at some point he's going to have like a man-to-man talk with him. And he goes, what? I was like, yeah, that's a thing you're going to have to do. And he's like, oh, God. I'm like, yep. Because he's going to start liking girls. And you're going to have to explain to him, yes, the good and bad things about, like, dating and everything else. So Mr. Coffee seems excited. We're just going to blend these colors in real quick here. You just work your marker, the lighter color on top of it. That's essentially how I do it. That's not the be-all, end-all. Some people do things differently, but this is how I like to do it. It also helps get rid of some of the patchiness if you went over it once. Kind of help you have a little bit more of a smoother color. But I hope your week is going well. I hope you're able to get some stuff done this week. This was just a short little chat because I wanted to do some adult coloring. I mean, you guys already got a whip and chat this week, and I decided you got enough unboxings last week. I was just like, not gonna lie, it's gonna be nice to take a break this week from unboxings, unless like my DAC sneak peek magically shows up. Which I doubt it. It'll probably come in next week, so y'all will catch that next week. If it doesn't magically show up, I'm not sure. But I figured this can be an unboxing free week, and we just chit chat a little bit more this week versus putting up another unboxing. I have other unboxings up there. I just decided not to do them, and part of that is because I've been working on my craft room and getting it organized and cleaned up and stuff. So. Now, this is ocean water, so it's okay if it's a little bit patchy because it's water. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just enjoy the process. Something about adult coloring. I had somebody ask me what makes it adult coloring. I'm like, because I'm not coloring like children things like little fishes or cartoon characters. It's literally just people and landscapes, which I typically don't do landscapes, but today we're gonna color in some of the stuffs here. Mr. Coffee was also alerting me that one of his friends might be selling his house, and it's got 5 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms and like a den or something. And that was pretty exciting news because, as you guys know, Mr. Coffee and I have been thinking about buying a house. What do you guys think? Do you prefer buying or renting? Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, you know, I don't like giving other people my money and all that, but you got to think the bright side of renting, right? The bright side of owning is that it's yours. Nobody's going to come invade your space or take it away unless you don't pay your bill. But there's a bright side to renting as well, whereas if something breaks in my house, I don't have to pay for it. So like if my microwave goes out, I don't have to then go buy a new microwave. Somebody will come from maintenance and just bring me a new microwave. If something's wrong with my electrical, or even a few weeks ago, we had a problem with our heater and it wasn't heating the house. And we called maintenance and maintenance fixed the heater. I paid $0. So like there's benefits to renting, and it's worth the money for me because not having to worry about home repairs, like if my dishwasher breaks or anything of the sort, that alone is worth it to me. I like renting for that reason, because anything that goes wrong in this house, I don't have to pay for it because I pay rent, which I need to pay. And I pay rent, and that takes care of like everything that could possibly go wrong in this house. So I'm pretty excited about the aspect of renting, but owning means that nobody can tell me how many pets I have. Nobody can tell me what I can and can't do in my home, and like who can and can't come visit and stuff like that. Where I currently live, they'll tell you like you can have guests come over and visit, but they can only be here for like 2 days or some crap. And don't worry, nobody really listens to that. But it's a rule that's literally in our lease, is that, and it's just to keep the population of the cars down. But I'm like, look, listen, if I want to have 70,000 friends come over and stay for a week, they're staying for a week, okay? Do I know 70,000 people? No. No, I don't. All right. And then for the sky, I don't really want to color that sky in, but I feel like I need to. But I want to do like a lighter color than the water. I need like a barely there blue. Kind of like that. Let's see. Why do I start at weird parts of the picture? I don't know. Then I'm just going to do circles all around. The circles help keep the streaking down, which I think is a big concern for a lot of folks that do adult coloring, is that they want to do it without the lines in it. And the best thing I can tell you is to work in the same spot while it's still wet and just do circles. Because doing that circle is going to saturate that area a little bit more. Let me make sure my thing's in there. It'll saturate that area and make it really saturated so that your color is nice and even, and you're not going to get that discoloration of the streaking. And again, this is just my way of doing things. People do things different ways and it works for them. So if you do a different technique and it works for you, kudos. But this is just the way I do things. There's really no wrong way to craft. There's your way and everybody else's way, really. And so when it comes to crafting, you want to just do what you like to do. It doesn't matter what other people think or have to say about it. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I don't see what, you know, regulating how somebody does something helps anybody else. I was going to veronate the sky, but I don't want to veronate now. I should have used my pastels on the background, but it's very rare that I actually get to use my markers. So we're going to marker it up today. And when it looks like it's starting to streak, just go over the area again and it'll smooth it out. but I think I'm going to time lapse the rest of this. I just wanted to come on for a short little chat with you guys and check in midweek to see, well, technically it's not even midweek. We're almost to the weekend, thank goodness. The kids being back in school. It's nice to have the house back to myself because, like I said, I was able to deep clean the house, but I did that while they were home. But it's just been nice to be able to get stuff done and not have to worry about settling the house down before I do it. I'm just like, oh, I want to record a video. I'm just going to record it. So that's been pretty nice. Other than that, we're in cooler temperatures, but it's not like, it's not snowing or anything. So that's wonderful, which I think we're supposed to get some flurries this weekend, but it's not like detrimentally cold. So yeah, so I'm going to time lapse the rest of this. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out here in these crafty streets. It's hard out here for a pimp. And we'll see you guys in the next video.